What's up, guys? This is Coach Apgar from McKinney Boyd High School. So we're going to be sending these videos out every Friday, and we're going to call it the Quarantine Classroom. So this is going to be our first edition of it. And the idea behind these videos is just to give you guys a recap of what we did in class this week and highlight and spotlight some of the work we're seeing from you guys. So let me start out by saying we really miss you guys. This is all an adjustment for all of us, and we really appreciate the work you guys did. You guys showed up and showed out. You guys had a lot of great responses and did a lot of really great work, and we're very impressed with what you guys are doing. So thank you very much. You're killing it, and please keep up the good work. So before we really jump into this video, I'd like you guys to all stand and cover your hearts and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. 2, 3.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Good job.
Did that sound perfect?
Yeah, that was perfect. Thank you.
No, I'll block that for you.
I love you.
And look.
All right, now we're going to look at some of the work you guys did. So the first question you guys answered in your discussions was, is there anything you can do to help with the fight against Corona? So some of the answers we want to spotlight that we got back I thought were interesting. Said, our fight against Corona is not hanging out in large groups of people and not buy more toilet paper than needed. If you're getting a little sick, play it safe and stay home. I know toilet paper has been huge in the news. All right. Next, I can help to fight against coronavirus by washing my hands and trying to stay away from others. I would sacrifice being able to participate in activities outside of school, such as band. I know I coach football and personally, and we're all having to adjust and make our own little sacrifices to keep things going. People could just suck it up and stay inside their homes for the next 2 weeks or more so we can minimize the spread. But being conscientious of the big picture is important because, yes, it may not necessarily affect high school students. Well, it could, but odds are lower. It is really hurting older generations, and it isn't fair to anybody if we don't space ourselves from other people. We have to sacrifice social interaction as much as possible. It's good stuff. I really appreciate it. All right, next question. How did the bubonic plague contribute to social, political, and economic changes in the Middle Ages? All right, so one of the answers was, whatever the actual numbers, the massive loss of population, both human and animal, had major economic consequences. Those cities hit with the plague shrank, leading to a decreased demand for goods and services and reduced productive capacity. As laborers became more scarce, they were able to demand higher wages. Next answer, the bubonic plague caused a similar form of social distancing because people wouldn't want to get sick. It also probably did bad things to the economy. All right, last one. Socially, it made people abandon their homes and cities, and they fled from cities and shut themselves off from their friends in order to prevent themselves from getting the virus. Politically, there was the deduction of power and belief of the church to around 30 to 60% of European population. Economically, the feudal system was completely put out of place, as well as serfs and everyone who was working demanded higher pay. These are great, well-thought answers, guys. And again, I'm hoping you guys are seeing the pattern play out in history. All right, the last question I wanted to look at today was y'all's discussion post about which government do you think is the most effective during the COVID-19 pandemic. One student's response said, I believe the best form of government in a pandemic situation would be a democracy, where we'd be able to choose one person who is capable of handling and solving problems in a situation such as this. Another student had another thought. He said, I think that no form of government is really prepared for a pandemic like this. Socialism wouldn't work since people can't leave their houses. The only one I could think of is working communism, since the government would already be providing for the people. So I think you guys are starting to have some ideas and thoughts about the current news in America, and I really appreciate the thought and effort that you guys put into these answers. All right, to wrap up the video, guys, we did get a lot of emails this week with a question about how do we turn in the work. So this is kind of an announcement to everybody. The right way to turn in the work this week was to go ahead and share it on Google. Just share the work to us and we can get it that way. Moving forward, we're going to add the submit button in the assignment. So to turn in your work moving forward, you can get the work to us by submitting it on Canvas just like you're used to. All right. That's it, guys. We miss you. Hope all is well, and we'll see you next week.